And now if we restart our server, let's see what happens when we go to the category page and click on an Add to Cart button. Isn't that interesting? It looks like we have no selected category here. Well, there's actually a good reason for that. If we go back to our controller servlet and we go up to our where we initially enter the category page from the search menu or from clicking on one of the categories, we see that our selected category, and indeed our category books, are added to the request scope. And since they're added to the request scope, that means they only exist for that particular request. They don't exist over requests for several pages. And the way we need to change that is we need to add these to our session scope. All right. So again, just like we did with the do post method, we're going to get an explicit handle to our session scope. All right, and we are going to add these to our session scope, okay, instead of our request scope. Okay, I don't need this, I don't need that. Let's go to our category page. And now let's click Add to Cart. And you can see, well, you can see kind of nothing happened. It kind of flashed, and but mystery is still our selected category. So that's what we wanted. Now, regarding this index page here, which is our welcome page, I still have certain things in the request scope. And that's because of the nature of my particular project. If you look at the welcome page, I wanted something that would give me a kind of pseudo-random generation of categories here, and I wanted it to happen each time I reloaded the page. Okay, so if I reload, okay, I get mystery now, then I get fantasy, romance, and so on. So that is within the request scope, and that's why I want those attributes to stay in the request scope. Okay, there's just one last thing I want to do before we stop focusing on add to cart, and I just want to kind of verify that things are being added to the cart. I want to modify this number here to reflect the number of things that are added to the cart. So that should be a relatively easy task. That number is in my header. Okay, and you can see it's right there. I've got this. I've set the number of items to 4. I should be able to get rid of that now. But basically what I want to do now that I have the cart in my session scope, I can simply do this. I can simply do a JSTL choose. Okay, number of win conditions 1, generate otherwise statement yes, and I can test if the cart is empty. And the cart is empty if the cart is null. I mean, that's another way of saying the cart is null. All right. So when that occurs, I want to print 0. And otherwise, I just want to print the number of items in the cart. And I have a property, number of items, and I should be able to just verify that. Okay, get number of items. So I have a get number of items method, meaning I have a property called number of items. Okay, but before I actually run this, I just wanted to show you how to do this with a choose, but really this is way too verbose here. You can do this simply with the expression language by saying empty cart question using the tertiary operator, if then else. If the cart is empty, I want to print 0. Otherwise, I want to print cart number of items. Okay, and that should work. And it also means I don't need that. And I'm just going to get rid of that choose. I just wanted to throw that in there to show you how you can do that. So let's go ahead and actually we're just modifying the JSP, so hopefully this will work without restarting the server. Let me go to my bookstore, and it says 2 there, and hopefully that's because I clicked on add to cart button 2 times already. Let's just click on one a third time, making sure, let's click on something other category, and indeed that does update.